1991, Lemmings was developed by DMA Design and published by Psygnosis for the Amiga personal computer under the Commodore brand. The game was that of a platforming puzzle game that featured anthropomorphic animals based off lemmings, which were rodents that were typically found or residing in or near Arctic regions. Due to the groundbreaking dynamics of the game, it was highly popular when released, and remained popular throughout the early 1990s. Due to the pioneering aspects of the game, it's considered to be one of the greatest video games ever made. As a result of the popularity, the game was ported to other consoles, increasing the public gaming awareness of the Lemmings brand. Lemmings 2 was released in 1993, once again on the Amiga, but later ported to other video game consoles of the time. However, details have it that the sequel wasn't as popular as the original, but in terms of improvements for the gaming dynamics, it was superior. 3D Lemmings was released in 1995, developed by Clockwork Games and published again by Psygnosis. It was the first game to not be developed by DMA Design. Also was available for the personal computer, the Sony PlayStation and Sega Saturn. This would be the Lemmings game known for the majority of the mid to late 1990s. The transition from Lemmings from a two-dimensional to three-dimensional game was mentioned by critics, as the dynamics of this particular Lemmings game made it harder for some players to get adjusted, but to the overall premise of the Lemmings remained fun for all players. In 2006, Lemmings was released for the Sony PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, and PlayStation Portable. This installment was viewed as a potential reboot for the franchise, due to it being released roughly 11 years after Lemmings 3D. Despite the fact that during this time there were other games released within the Lemmings brand, the impact of Lemmings as a puzzle game among gamers as well as critics began to decline soon after the impact of the first two games, with the 2006 reboot being released to mixed perceptions from gamers and critics. The franchise was essentially abandoned. Even if it were to be someday revived, many would wonder what Lemmings can do within the modern era of video games. Sometimes a character can be forgotten because they helped to invent a particular type of gaming. Then they couldn't help themselves.